Little one, it's wonderful to see you tonight. Please, come in, come in. I had the room specifically reserved for us. I figured this would be a nice treat for the evening. Oh, the owner is a very old friend, and, well, I can always get a private room at the way station. I've never had a problem. Please, come, sit, join me. Like I said, the owner is an old friend. He's helped me on more than one occasion. I like to think he and I are kindred spirits, but to be fair, sometimes he even scares me. Oh, only in the best way possible. A man of his appetites, well, one can hardly imagine. But he does me more fair turns than not. I thought tonight might be a nice change of pace. You've done so much for me in the past couple of weeks as I've recovered. I thought it only fair to show my appreciation, my gratitude, if you will. The chef here is a Michelin star chef. The food is impeccable. I myself can't help myself around the steak he creates. I figured, what better way to show my appreciation than a fine dinner here with me tonight? Well, I'm not so egotistical as to assume that the dinner being fine with me is the, you know, gratitude. I like to think I'm good company, but more the meal, the food, the drink, the dessert. That is my gratitude. Little one, you never cease to entertain. I do enjoy your company as well. You've been invaluable to me these past few weeks. Past few months, if we're being fair. I figure, allow me to show you just how grateful I am that you've come into my life. Like I said, the owner's an old friend. He was the silent benefactor in my current recuperation. He keeps a very specific set of blood on stock for me. It's not the easiest thing to get to begin with, and well, nobody really wants it going to the vampires of the world. Something about using especially rare blood to keep us alive. People balk at it too much. The thing is, upon occasion, a vampire needs their own blood type to feed. For me, this is a particular problem. I was born with a very rare blood type. Yes, well, when I was first made, we didn't know anything about blood typing. I mean, the science hadn't even been invented yet. Truth be told, you humans did quite a good turn for us discovering that little gem. Well, science has always been a marvel. A very old friend of mine was quite the scientist himself in his day. These days he just lounges about. Oh, he still works and reads and does everything that suits him, but when you get to be his age, discovery just doesn't hold the same appeal as it used to for him. I don't know. I think he's going through some sort of midlife crisis. Oh, you don't have to tell me. If this is his midlife crisis, we'll be shackled with the old sot for, oh, give or take another millennia. Oh, no, no, no. He is a charming fellow, just. Sometimes he can be a bit dramatic, that's all. Yes, yes, blood type. Anyway, well, the owner of the club here and the restaurant and everything, he keeps my stash on hand. It's the only way to make sure that the supply is one, pure, and two, preserved. Fair question. I should keep it on hand myself, but unfortunately, vampires around their own blood type can get a little rambunctious, let's say. Unfortunately, we're not above our more baser instincts, so from time to time having an outside hand helps. Case in point, you and I. Yes, and case in point, the owner of this fine establishment. Wanderer has always been a consummate companion, and he keeps my AO negative on stock when I need it. Yes, AO negative. Exceedingly rare blood type. I think 1 in 100,000, if I read correctly. I could be wrong on that, but again, your kind inventing the blood typing system. Huge benefit to all of us. The truth? Well, the truth of the matter is, when I was first turned and made, we never really understood the difference of blood, so we just assumed sometimes we went crazier than others. Not a particularly scientific method. Still, though, we're better off now. Yes, well, he's good enough to keep a few bags on hand, and when I need it, he's more than happy to provide. The thing is, as I've been recovering from my injuries, it's come in handy now and again. No, 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 no. Any blood would help, but my blood type, my specific blood type, it still matches with my body best. A weird quirk of vampire physiology. Drinking our own blood type is better for us than just any old blood. Yes, well, with the abundance of blood cafes and clubs and all other manner of foolishness the younger vampires get into, you'd think I wouldn't have a problem finding it, yet rare is rare. Granted, there's no one rarer than Wanderer, and he can always find exactly what you need. That's what I love about this place. Yes, well, that among other things. Case in point, I love having a private room that I can share with you. You really have become quite important to me, little one. I do have to tell you. Yes, I know that is what your name is. I just assumed you were okay with the affectation. If you're not, of course, I'm more than happy to not use it. I wouldn't want you to ever be uncomfortable. This is true. You've had my fangs inside of you once or twice. Comfort is a bit, fungible with you and I, but still, if you're not comfortable with it, I'm more than happy to adjust my nomenclature. Well, thank you, little one. It is always a pleasure to spend an evening with you. Well, to be fair, things have quieted down. That imbecilic hunter finally being out of our hair, things are more or less back to normal. A few hiccups here and there, but I did not ask Connor what he did with the body. And the head. I figure some things are better left unsaid, yes? There's that too. I don't need to be an accessory to that whole improper disposal of a body. You have nothing to worry about. If I know him, all's well. Listen, I do owe you an immense thank you. That night and the subsequent nights since, you really have been, oh, the finest companion I could have asked for, and maybe the best of friends. I'm not used to that. I'm not used to being able to rely on people being, well, trustworthy. Hmm. Unfortunately, when you're my age with my resources and my condition, people want to use you for one of three things. And sad to say, but your money and position are usually the most savory of them all. Little one, you have no idea the favors I've been asked for whilst, well, what's the poetic way to say it? In flagrante delicto, shall we say? I am very old, and I am very much dramatic. I'm under no illusion about who I am. I'm Deacon Verment, ancient vampire. Well, moderately old vampire, thank you. I'm still a bit vain. Yes, well, even still, I'm not vain enough to know when people haven't helped me. And you have, immensely. And I hope one day to return the favor. Hmm. Well, you have constantly shown to be a force for good in my life. So, anything you need, anything you want to know, it's at your disposal. Uh, well, I didn't expect you to ask that, but, no, I haven't heard from him since. I don't really expect to, if I'm honest. He's, made his feelings quite clear. He staged an entire murder scene to get a hunter to come and kill me. I'm pretty sure my wayward son has got his final opinion of me, let's say. I wish I had known about him. I would have been there for him. I would have helped him. I would have tried to raise him to be anything other than what he clearly seems to be. Would you like the honest truth? The terrible, soul-rending, and making me look like an absolute monster truth? I know what I told you before, but I can barely remember his mother. Couldn't really tell you what she looked like if I tried. She was there and then she wasn't, unfortunately, like most of you mortals. Eventually, you all just fade. But now, I find out that I have a son with one. Someone that I feel needs my help, and yet I can't offer any help to because they are so locked as to how they see me. Yes, well, and on top of that, I now have to answer to the foolish council of vampires. Yes, I received a phone call a few days ago. They wish to see me. As if those prattling children could summon me. Representatives from each of the major vampire families. Unfortunately, we are slaves to appearance, it seems, and they seem to want to appear like every cheesy vampire movie, so vampires organize themselves into families. Yes, well, they would like to have a word with me. They seem to think this is a bigger situation than it needs to be, so I'm going to meet with them. Oh, in a week or two time. Nothing to really worry about, just mostly a formality. I'll walk in there, remind them of who I am, and leave. I was one of the heads, the commanders of Legio Vampiris. Most of them are prattling 150, 200-year-olds. I was a legend and a monster before they were even a twinkle in their parents' eyes. They'll need to learn about that. Legio Vampiris. What a sanguine time to be alive. But that's neither here nor there. Wait, what? Why would you want to come with me? A room full of stuffy vampires who all think they're too good for the world? A little one. No, I understand that, but I don't think in the recorded history of Frosthaven a human's ever wanted to stand in front of the vampire council. Little one, why? I care about you too. I just didn't realize you cared that much. Are you sure? Hmm. I'm touched. No, truly, I'm touched. And it would be my honor to have you with me. Yes, truly. It might be nice to have someone I care about next to me for this. I'm sure they're going to be prattling and feculent as they always are. It might be nice to have you with me. Well, if this is the way we are going, I guess you should ready yourself to meet the Vampire Council. True. If you've met one vampire, you've really met us all. Save for a few here and there, but prepare nonetheless. What you should be preparing for, of course, the wine menu. He keeps the rarest of vintages, and nothing tonight is out of range. My gift to you. If you want it, we get it. We can fill the room with food and wine and eat 3 bites of it if that's what you wish. Yes. Tonight, your wish is my command. So, shall we?